Hello, Melissa here, and welcome back to my channel. I'm creating a layout today with my May Clique kit, which is called Northern Lights, and it features fancy pants and basic grey collections. This is the cut file that I used, and it's exclusive to the kit, and I just love it. And rather than cut it on white, which is something I would normally do, I decided to cut it on this blue and pink paper, and the paper on its own is quite full on, but when you use it and with a cut file like this, it really tones it down, and so I was happy with how it came out. And I had some choices on what background paper to use. I was going to use the pink, and I think the other one was a slight grey pattern, but I decided to go with white because I wanted to use my gelatos and do some mixed media. So here I'm just marking with a pencil the edge of the cut file and also where the photo will go. And then a really good use for the bags that the Clique kits come in is to cut them up and use them for the packaging technique. So I originally thought I would just use this pale pink gelato, but in reality it's very pale. It's really pretty, but it's a bit too subtle, and I wanted something a little bit more bold. So I had a go a couple of times to see if I could make it a bit darker by putting more on, but as you can see, it's pretty light. So I got some pink paint dabber, and I've had that one a long time now. I think I've had it probably well over a year. And if you add a little bit of water to acrylic paint, you can use it in the same way as a packaging technique. As you can see, it's a lot thicker, but that was the look I wanted. So with the gelato and the acrylic paint, I think the look is great. So here I'm going through the basic grey, and it's the Urban Luxe collection, and just selecting some papers to use to match my photo. I didn't want too much, I just wanted a little bit of separation between the photo, in which I've put a white cardstock border, but I wanted separation between the cut file and the photo. So I always get the 6x6 paper pad if it's offered as an add-on to the kit. And you can find the kit add-ons in the Clique Kit store, and if you use my code Melissa10, you get 10% off. So this circular pattern is pretty full on, and we have it in a full sheet in the kit as well, but I found that as a background matte, it really toned it down. So if you find that papers are just too much and you're not sure if they're going to work, if you use them in a small amount, they definitely work. And all collections have been designed to work together, and all the Clique kits have been designed to work together. So here I'm just matting that, and I'm happy with how that's looking. It's a photo of my 3 kids on the trampoline, and it was going to be a lovely photo until Sam did his typical kind of photobomb, pull a face behind, I think it's Brielle in that photo. I was a bit impatient because I wanted to get this one made, so I just used a paper towel to dab up some of the pink paint, and I'm still waiting for it to dry. The Amy Tangerine Better Together, there's a paper, like a paper add-on or a paper section. It comes with 9 pieces of the Better Together collection, and I love that collection. I love everything by Amy Tangerine, and so it works really well with Urban Luxe, and the other collection that we're working with is Fancy Pants. Which one is it? I'll think of it in a sec, sorry. So I love this card these other days because Sam often, as you probably know if you watch my videos a lot, often likes to pull faces and photobomb and stuff, so I thought it worked really well, and it also pulls out the light blue tones on the bottom of that paper. It actually looks blurry down there on the bottom right, but that's just the tone of the colour of the paper. So I took this bingo card and just trimmed the edges, and I like the pattern on the edges of it, and so I've just cut it down to add to my mat. Atwell, Fancy Pants Atwell, that's the other collection, sorry. I'm not sure if I used any of the papers in this layout, I don't think I did, but I do use some of the embellishments. We have quite a lot of embellishments from that Atwell collection in our kit this month. So here I'm backing my cut file, and I cut out the absolute nightmare, well not really a nightmare, but you know, scrappy nightwear, first world scrappy problems, of trying to line this back up. I just went round and round and round, and I should have remembered that that's the position there because the lighter blue was on the bottom, but it took me a good couple of minutes to position that cut file back where I wanted it, in line with the pencil lines that I'd drawn. So I just used a little bit of Tombow because I wanted to machine stitch around all those circles, and I did 2 messy lines around all of the ones that I knew were going to be not hidden under my photo. So there I'm just adding a tiny little drop of Tombow onto all of the parts that I think need it. So here I've done my stitching, as you can see, and now it's time for the fun to begin, which is adding the photo and then the embellishment. I'm loving how that's looking. I'm loving that the colours in my kids' clothes is working really well with that cut file. So this is the title, These Are the Days, and I was just working out how to tuck it underneath my layers. And I like that it is paler colour, it's in contrast to the cut file, so it draws attention to itself. Now I did think about popping it up on some pop dots, but I think I've shared before that I've got so many layouts I haven't put away. I probably don't have enough albums. I'm trying to not do too much dimension on my layouts, just thinking about storing them. I really do need to put them away. It's pretty crazy, the extent of the pile. And so here I'm tucking a tag, and the Basic Grey Urban Luxe, there's an ephemera pack that's also an add-on to the kit, and I love ephemera, and this little one says eccentric, and I thought that's perfect for Sam in this photo. And I'm just popping it up there with a little bit of, with some Stampin' Up! Foam, as you know I love. And when I'm finished this layout off camera, I do go back and add another tag, and you'll see it in the final photos because I think it looks a bit uneven. That tag's sitting very high. It didn't look right to me. So it looks a lot better, as you'll see. So now I'm adding this flare, and it's a grey arrow, and it's just pointing towards my kids. I like the circular elements because we've got a circular background. That's a little camera that's also circle, and it's like a cross between puffy and enamel stickers, and they're from the Atwell collection. I love that Fancy Pants does these, they're great. So now I was a bit stuck with my embellishment, so I thought I'll add my journaling, and I've just put that inside the bottom circle there. And I think I'm just talking about how it's another typical photo of Sam, and they've been playing on a trampoline. And I think this is actually a foam photo. And I don't think I've got a filter on it. I think it's just the light. Here I'm tying a bow, and I think I showed you in my last video. The trick to tying a bow is to tie it upside down, and that way you get little threads or tails to hang down. So now I'm trying to continue with my embellishment, and I'm using that bracket just to draw attention to my journaling. This is how I store my kits. I store the embellishments in, I guess it's a tiny iris container, and the bottom is there's no dividers in the bottom. This is an exclusive cut file designed by Lacey for Clique kits, and I just love them. The colours are perfect for this kit. So I popped that up on a Stampin' Up! Dimensional, and there's another word phrase here, I can't remember what it says yet, but I'm using the edge of the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. Tell me about it, it says, and I love that because the colours are perfect as well. So I'm just adding Stampin' Up! Dimensional behind that, and that is my final layout. So thank you so much for looking, and I hope you enjoyed this process, and I'll be back again soon with another video. I'll see you then. Thank you, bye.